pursuing that major spot. It would be huge for ENCE to have completely removed from the Finnish roster and come back hitting as hard as they are. Snappy wasn't surprised. He was given some freedom, as was the entire ENCE management, a part of this, juggling nades across, so the B site will have an extra HE for Spinks to throw on out. And let's get into this one, because we have got a 4-1 split of their resources.
Nico does have a smoke here as well,
and the
right?
Julies are out. Rare to see the glass cannon Julies.
Yeah, someone should have dropped in those. But I want to point out Nico's smoke here, because he's looking for info, and he's going to drop this out, which is going to draw at least 3 of their attention towards the ramp. It's more of a lurk smoke.
Oh, what a counter flash, yeah. Gobbles that one up, and now the nade could be brilliant. Good chip damage. They will need some bodies, though, and Snappy does nothing with the Julies, and down goes Spinks. Oh, big tap. Hades tested. Multiple players. He does take 2 for the trouble. Would love that. Could have cost him his life. Doesn't overextend. Does opt for the reload. Tucked back into sight. Nexa and Jax. Hands out haircuts. Dia trimmed. Now Doto. The impactful Finn.
Good in the clutches.
Representing Finland and ENCE. And Nexa is the one to convert. Ready. Greets him with a bullet. G2 take the pistol.
Beautiful stuff there. And also with Nico getting flatlined on that A site. So things looking good for ENCE out the gates here, but converted by G2. And maybe, just maybe if those Julies had landed a different round altogether, Snappy only really needed 1 here. But as they jump out the window, Nexa rips him out of the server there. So beautiful shooting.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, Hades just gave him a chance, didn't he? Great shooting from him, and we'll get back underway. The desk have perfectly outlined all that is at stake, so we'll just focus on what's in front of us.
Double scouts here. Snappy into one and Hades the other. Makes sense for Hades. Snappy going to be a bit more mobile with this, able to fill the gaps. He's paired up with Spinks over towards B right now. Dihard, Dodo, and Hades today. Yes?
Jack's just getting 3 straight out of the gate as well. And that piss is a very good sign for G2, because I will highlight that he has been a 3rd component of their superstar duo of Hunter and Nico.
Even Nexa getting 2. Remember that 1v3 clutch he won just the other day that we had?
Against Mouse.
Yeah, and we also saw Jax with that massive Deagle round as well. Everybody had pop-off moments for G2 the other day. But one of the things that the desk did outline here is to continue to see good form for G2. And Counter-Strike, I don't know if it's talked about enough, but I think timing your peaks is important here, with the major being the most important tournament. Getting that legend status is key, and then if they can shrug off EPO and Blast in recent times and have a good major, then we'll forget about the bad performances.
Yeah. Spoke to Olof and Dupree about that when talking about the major, and their both key takeaway was that you have to be hitting your peak at the right time. And for G2, you know, Parla was talking to
that.
Yeah, I mean, it may be less of something to aim for as something they've observed.
Sure.
Oh, caught out. Nico, long range body shots whittle away at Diha, leaving Doto with a dig and a dream. Great shot into the head of Nexa. He is going to surely be wallbanged down. Hunter to finish the job with the HE, and that second scout from Snappy is ready to be deployed as the smoke does fade. Now, it's not going to be a triple plant. He won't be able to deny, but he might be able to post a headshot, and Jack's down and out.
I think this is the triple S here for Snappy. Snappy, Scout, I'll let you guess the 3rd. Save.
Thought you were being mean.
No.
I know.
Never.
I know.
I only mean in private.
It's a private thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a MAC-10. He's just had a look at it. He's gone, do I want that?
I mean, after hitting that headshot on Jax, he's like, nah.
Okay.
Far too good with this gun.
It is good to see Snappy having a good performance here. We heard from him the other day saying he doesn't like Mirage.
They just consistently have good performances on it.
Yeah, man after my own heart in terms of not enjoying the map. But yeah, look, if the team plays well and functions well, why the bloody hell not? That's the 2-0, and G2 should be looking to convert here. Their 3rd with ease. You like the timing of this, right? So Dihard drops that smoke towards Connector, and at that point, Nico strafes out of Palace here to deny that fallback. So really good stuff, easy as you like. And it will just be 1 HE, 2 Deagles, a Scout, and 2 USP. So it doesn't sound like the start of a good joke. But you've seen G2 lose to crazier circumstances before.
They've lost to no players before.
They've done some wonderful things before, G2. The walking meme.
Yeah, the tier 1 team. Wow, we could start a new CS poem.
Oof.
Yeah, they have got
They've been through some stuff.
Some history. But, you know, we were talking about the fact that ENCE went international so successfully. What a better example of a team that's done that prior than G2.
Sure.
Formerly the French.
It's been a slow process, hasn't it? They've kind of changed out a couple of members at a time here to get to this point.
Probably an under-discussed or appreciated roster move as well for the ages is going to be Nexa and Hunter. You know,
Sure.
sniping them just as they were starting to gain international notoriety.
Yeah, it'd been that crazy project, right? We haven't seen a lot since.
Yeah, like that was like Valiant.
Esperanto
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
still since.
Well, let's see. Snappy down to 40, and that's perfect strike into Nico's dome. Repositioning, the mobility of the scout profiting. But Jax is here to clean up, and they've surely going to check Doto's position. He does have the chance to be disruptive.
You can even spam him, but they've overlooked him here.
Yeah, and
Jax might go down, you know.
I wonder if he'll be overlooked for the entirety of this, because it could lead to a little bit of a big one.
Time is a big issue. The bomb is still in T-spawn. If he just denies the plant and the bomb's going down with 5 seconds, they're going to lose the round.
Oh my god.
He just has to wait and deny the plant. The bomb's coming in now.
Okay, clean him up. 10 seconds. There's nothing they can do to voice concerns.
That's really fortunate. That was
Just after we talked about it. Just after we talked about it, Chad, I thought it was about to happen.
I didn't think that was real. Imagine if it was 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
If it was 5 seconds later on that, we could have called that an ENCE round, a daylight robbery, or a midnight robbery with the way things are headed right now.
Okay, now it's time for the weapon rounds, and I'm ready to see, wow, a very early double orb. Now, I think Snappy, half of this might be inspired by his scopy gameplay on this scout, but I don't know whether this is actually intention they've had coming into this game. They've known they're coming up against G2 for a couple of days. And so maybe this is all part of the game plan. He's whipping out the second orb, and that will stop them from being fakey boys as often or as easy. Careful, Diha. He chips away at Jax. Gives him a wound to operate with, and aggressive AWPing to get that info early, and well, Hunter and Jax partner up to take that space. So this could end with an early first blood if they're not diligent with their util. Sometimes you see a bit of a flash into the apartments before you cross.
Oh, he hasn't seen anything just yet. How long is he going to stick around? Something's spotted now, and the orb's even been noted. So the warning shot gives a lot of information over to Nexa to operate with now. But we know that G2 like to poke and prod all across the map when they have the Mirage in play, and well, the bomb being left up towards the TV room of the B apartments could be telling of the finish here. They've still got a couple of smokes, couple of flashes, Molotovs to work with as well. Hades up close and personal towards A ramp. If it is a B hit, that rotation is going to take some time.
Coming in. Reaction is just in time. At least the incendiary extinguished and hunted. I think he's been spotted out, but that's Snappy striking for one ahead of the util. Oh, didn't pull the trigger in time. Spinks with a lovely lineup. And so suddenly Hunter's only got himself to count upon. Bomb will be scooped up. He can use that smoke before it fades to get that bomb down uncontested. The rotate is on its way. Hunter. He's pulled off some miraculous things for his squad before and slinking straight towards it. The whole squad is here. And already the first head found. Hades holds his nerve and his line. And ENCE will put the first on the board. The double orbs pay off.
Beautiful stuff there. Let's see if they want to retain that. Dodo has just picked that one up as well. So seems to be part of the game plan here to run these double orbs time and time again. At least when it's financially doable. But there, the diffusers come on in, and this is where the plant really helps out G2. They should be able to get another buy going. But remember those scout kills from Snappy in the earlier rounds? They have ramifications, and those ramifications are being felt by some of these members. Right? There's not enough cash on Nico right now. Next is a little bit low as well. Hunter with 6k, you're going to get 6.7 for Jax, so he could even drop an AK if you'd like right here. So this one should still be a buy, but with everything that's on the line right now for both teams, right, for G2 being able to lock in legend status with a win right here, that means an awful lot. And the same thing for ENCE being able to qualify for the major. So let's have a big shout out to a couple of people right now. First of all, Ocelot. Second of all, Natu. And third, Carrigan. Because your crazy recipe for success is not that far away. G2 just have to win here today. And FaZe are in the major.
FaZe are in the major. And I mean, it has been a stressful week for a lot of players. I think FaZe are at the top of that list.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy night of Counter-Strike to watch here. And that's even without talking about the delays.
Yeah, disruptive Molly pays off. Hades will have a gap to operate with. Oh, in the blind spot. Hunter taking liberties, spotted, and Diha dunks. That's what you wanted. An early first blood drawn for ENCE.
Again.
This will break G2 if they can't find the fourth now. Coming in hot. Yeah, a missed shot from Spinks. That could get sketchy, but still Amanek unable to piece it together. And look at him lining them up. The AWP again, an issue for G2's B play. He'll play another smoke to play around, and so he's still going to be a stubborn presence. There's 2 AWP spotted. Hades has now been caught. Nico whipping that one out and effective with it. This could spiral out of control. You got to be careful.
Nexa's
Hold on to this advantage. Nexa clearing the kitchen. Gets himself the double. Now then, there's still a lot of time to play with. And Spinks last seen short. Oh, and that's info. A lot of info. Nico rocking the AWP. Oh, the slight gap, and they've actually partnered up.
You won't expect to.
Left, yeah, and Spinks finishes what he started. That's a lot from the Israeli. We wanted to see that early. And you can see the ramifications. There it is. Bam. Absolutely humbled down to 2K. 3.3 on Nexa on the high end. And Spinks, despite the miss, he ends up leaving with the triple kill and the round.
That was good from Nexa with this push here. Right, he has the bomb on his back, but has to take a risk because the numbers aren't in their favor. But it's not enough to get them across here. So, yeah, the save that you mentioned is immediately coming on through. 2 Deagles, 1 for Nico, 1 for Nexa. The rest are going to be onto the Glocks right here, and let's see if they can hit some bangers. We're looking for the 1 Deags, the juicy, juicy 1 Deags.
Ooh, I thought he got that. That's Diha that's cleaning up. Oh, triple out of him. $900 injected into his bank account.
Well, Hunter's doing what Hunter does and comes through the underpass, but that is Diha's 4th. So now just 1 more for the Polish man. Or the Pole.
Well, he's in pole position at the moment for the 5th frag.
It's crazy, right? Because remember Snatchy as well? Snatchy is the one who came out of AGO first. And I thought maybe he'll be the next big thing out of Poland. But the fact that it's Diha and Hades who are, that's crazy. That's crazy. And with Poland, once upon a time, being such a strong Counter-Strike nation, for these guys to potentially be the only Polish representation of the major through an international team.
Realistically, that was probably going to be how it would go down. You know, we saw a couple of full Polish rosters attempting, but also struggling to find organizational support.
Sure.
So jumping to the international roster has given them that quick kind of fast-track ticket to Tier 1. Diha's talents, we saw him really cutting his teeth.
Oh.
And Hades, speak of his name, he arrives in the feed. Nexa just caught sleeping. Wanted to throw out some util, was not anticipating an aggressive maneuver, and it's led to an early advantage that ENCE can surely build upon. You can see they're actively contesting for ramp info.
This is such a good map pool for ENCE, it feels like, right? Getting the fact that we do like watching them on Mirage when we get over to Nuke as the next map. One of the things that we talk about with ENCE is just how fast they can be on those top hits and how overwhelming they can be. So I'd be curious to see if that continues to be part of the game plan.
I've been really enjoying watching ENCE. Every ENCE game we've casted, like, I think it took me maybe 2 before I stopped treating them as underdogs.
Sure.
They've just very quickly risen in my own personal expectations. And I'm sure the community probably echo a similar sentiment because they are good. And these individuals shining bright up against the best. An early pick from Hades, and now again, they really are stubborn about this B site. Spinks managing his angles well. Eliminates another. It's up to the Kovac cousins. Jax in tow, provides a headshot. Util super light, so now or never. Rotates on its way. Doto once again going to be arriving up short for this 2-man short defense that seems to be working wonders. Spinks this time found. Nico anticipating another. He's right to do so. Decision making, he does evade, nice movement to confirm there was no info there, and he's got himself into the site.
Oh, that was the kill.
That was the kill. 10 HP left on Hades, so Nico would have to find that hard clear on Doto. He's not going to do it, has no idea, no idea. Doto delivers, and that's ENCE. Not only taking the lead, but taking 4 consecutive rounds. This is a promising start.
And right now, you're going to be scratching your head over there on the G2 side of things. If the game plan is to punish the B bomb site, and maybe Snappy's included in that conversation right there, it doesn't seem to be working. You're able to get out of the apartments, but you got to get that bomb down, and ENCE are making it so the trades are favoring them there, especially with the opener. The aggressive mid-opener, and then they just go sit back in the 4-on-5, allow you to come to them. Sure, you get a couple of kills here, but this was the kill. If Hades goes down there, Jax has done what should have been enough.
Not only he opens it, he gets the determining kill. Big round from Hades. Armor. Some Tech 9s for good measure. A Deagle in play on Jax and Nico. Both of them have had very historical Counter-Strike moments with that $700 pistol, and it does look like Nico's already knocked the head off on A.
Well, that underpass push becomes a lot more threatening now. Spinx has been able to dissuade that, but there's still pressure coming. Mollied back, Diha standing tall, 10 kills for him now, and Amanex being able to weasel his way into the window.
Yeah, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's considered right now, but Diha is going to pivot back, I'm sure.
Hello! Oh, Amanek couldn't quite catch him. That side of the head, back movement can get difficult, very dicey for him. An advantage now just petering out into nothingness.
Well, Nico was the one that made this interesting.
Yeah.
Now he's the only one left. That was a bit like a drop pie from Amanek there. Not nice to look at. And Spinx ready as well. So now it's 5, and this is where we do need to see a response out of G2. Amanek could buy into the AWP here if he'd like, but I think 5 rifles might be the go. Double AWP's no longer the game plan over there either.
So when this is happening, from your leadership perspective, you know, when you've been trying to relentlessly hit B and it seems like they've got your number on what your initial game plan stood, do you get stubborn with it? Or is this where you kind of just end up ripping out a new page of the strat book?
I think you want to look for something a little bit different now because it's been multiple occasions where they've rotated quite quickly and had extra men. You might want to look for an opening pick somewhere, and then you could pivot back towards B. But make sure you have that number advantage before you try to punish that side of the map.
Which, to be fair, we haven't seen them get too much of. Jax, it looks like he's destined to catch a bullet here. It's a very tight line, though, so it's up to Hades and his reaction speed, as well as Jax and the strafe he opts for. We've got 4 present in mid for G2, and that's Spinx's responsibility as it currently stands.
They're reading this well, and they have 2 players ready to deal with B just in case, and they're also locking down middle here. So they're in good positions to contest with this. And not again. The bomb on Nex's back. They head back over towards B while Hades creeps on forward, and he even has an escort.
This is going to be tough to break. Snappy down. Will they expect Hades up close aggressive? Do you get that confident without an AWP overseeing your exit? Jax tagged. Hades does not find any lethality. So now they've got themselves that man advantage. They have to build upon it. Hunter's going to be locking down the rotation here from Connector. And, oh, caught out. Jump to evade. Spinx will punish. Suddenly a 4v4, and they are coming B. That was enough. Hunter just showing his face on Connector has forced Hades into an unfavorable defense of the site. But Spinx is kicking
3 on 3, and
up
they're
a
low.
fuss. Will ENCE successfully defend this B site again? It's time to find out.
It's not bad either.
Not at all. Limited health now on G2. Jax gonna have to do more. He's already done so much heavy lifting to put them into a bomb plant scenario. Tag, no frag. Diha kept on notice. Spinx is crawling from short during all of this, and it's a question of time. Jax down, getting scary. Nexa claws it back, and Amanek holds the line, a one-on-one. No time for this. Dota won the retreat. It does look like G2, persistent in pursuit of glory on B, will take some damage, will go down with the bomb. And 0 players left standing at the end of that one. Round 9 concludes. G2, this time successful on B.
Okay, well that's something, right? And they were lucky that Snappy went looking there for the kill. This is Jax just standing and waiting, and in about a minute there, he was given that kill. This got awkward. This is where things started to fall apart because Spinx actually gets another frag right here as Cat is being taken as well. So that was the second prong of the B hit eliminated, and a real opportunity for ENCE to go for that one. But the score now, only 1 round the difference, and the buy is going to be looking much worse on the G2 side of things. I can already see that Amanex bought on in to a Mac 10. There's a Galil for the likes of Hunter here. There'll be some AKs across as well. So it's not terrible, but it's not beautiful either. Now, even this Mac 10 is going to have struggles. It's been head armor on every single player for ENCE. There's not like there's any kev. There's all the heads are covered here, so not going to explode them like the watermelon. But do they want to go for something quick? If we take a look at the spawns, Amanek has the best spawn right now if they wanted to go for a mid or a B rush. And that's where we're going to find out the difference maker.
He may not be able to be threatening, or as threatening, with his Mac 10, but with his
3B lane
presence alone, he might be able to draw some crosshairs away. They boost him up, and Hades goes looking. I think he suspects one coming in thick and fast. Jax is lucky to be alive, and here comes Amanek's pace. He's ahead of the molly. Down and out. Spinx again delivers.
G2 can't go into this. They used all their nades as well.
You keep heading into the B site, but every time, Spinx is just laughing at you.
Yeah, and Hunter here nothing he can do. They know exactly his lurky boy plays. They pushed out both at the same time. ENCE are playing this very, very well here. This is great. Counter-Strike, and Dihaz just looked away. That's unfortunate.
NiKo has really had a return to his form, fighting fit for the major. And now a question of legend status. Will he come in, skip that scary Swiss stage? ENCE standing between him and that. And lovely passive hold here from ENCE. When you've got such an advantage, just don't want to step a foot out of line. And the timing, just as NiKo started his project towards short. And Next has not got anything done either. 6 already on the defense. ENCE have come to play today, and yet not only having time to prep for G2, but also the map pool, as you outlined, does seem to contribute and really feed into the strengths of this international roster.
Yeah, we've had some good performances from ENCE on Mirage, right? Or at least ones that, in my mind, stand out as competitive matchups. Nuke as well, a bit of a snappy Danish special. So they do have a lot of positives here this evening. And there's a pressure on both teams, right? But I think when the pressure is about equal, that's where the underdog will start to be favored, right? Because they're not expected to win this game. Now, we say underdog. Alex has already spoken about this one. It's not the David versus Goliath. It's more like David versus Steve.
Or it's Goliath versus a Titan.
Aha.
You know, like just a big bloke and a versus a big bloke.
All right, that works too.
It wasn't the best analogy. It's good.
No, it was mine. David versus Steve.
No, you're right.
Who's Steve?
Minecraft Steve.
Okay, well, I would watch that fight.
Now that would be
David with a slingshot and
Anyone's
Steve
got the
with a
3D
shovel.
animation skills. Minecraft pickaxe versus, what does Goliath have? Probably a club or something?
Well, David had a slingshot, right?
Yeah. But I don't think Goliath had it. It wasn't like an arm wrestle.
He was huge.
Yeah.
Was he a Cyclops?
I don't know. I don't know if like that was the branch of mythology they were going for.
But didn't he get him in the eye with the slingshot?
Yeah. Oh, the eye. I see what you've done there. Yeah, no.
Oh, I don't know. AI?
An eye? Come on now. What was your English teacher's name? Wouldn't be proud.
Mrs. Cole.
Just not happy with that one.
Detect I'm at, everybody. And we're ready. Just a little mic issue.
I get hyper scared every time I see that tech in the chat now.
Me too.
A wound has been caused, a scar has been left.
We've been cut wide open.
Never forget.
Okay, well,
Fiend versus Astralis.
what was the date? Never forget the 8th of October.
Yeah, that's how the song goes. So G2, that's their second time out there burning through here now. So off the back of the tech, they'll take attack.
It is early, isn't it?
Yeah. But it also it embodies how they're feeling about this D side.
Yeah, it is shaky, right? And I think here, the fact that they've invested a little means you may as well try and get the most out of it. You go into a scout, it's not the usual weapon for him. It's a deagle so far for Jax. I don't know how much more investment we'll see here, and maybe that's exactly why we are getting the timeout. ENCE on the other side of things have a fantastic looking buy. 3 silenced M4s, an AK-47, the AWP, head armor for everybody, kits on 4, you two looking great. So you can tell just by the inflection in my voice, the contrast of the buys. Well, one's good on the other side. And here we go. There have been a few more lighter investments here. NiKo to scout top mid. Oh, he's going to get a scope v scope fight, and that is brilliant stuff. Have to be steady to hit that one.
Yeah, just the sheer restraint. Doesn't rush it, doesn't just opt for the tag, and NiKo's happening again. Doto and Diha, the double Ds, immediately level things out.
6 headshots.
Yeah, just like that. A superb flurry of frags, a chunk taken out of Diha. Doto does not surrender, does not quit.
Plant's not bad here, and it gives Nexa a chance in this. It is the deagle, and he has a smoke as well, so he can pick a choke point, smoke it off, maybe even play behind it. Diha being low, just one bullet, he's dead, and then the battle with Doto is possible. Both of them rotating right now through jungle. And
about it.
Yeah, both going to come through market.
Trade off each other. That's the conversation being had. And Nex has opted for the apartments. Now, I suspect...
He didn't plant for short, though, so I think they're just going to assume it's there once they clear it all out, Alex.
Yeah, it's likely they'll have their full HP player start to activate. Diha going to be the canary in the coal mine, looking to defuse. Fakes it out. It's a safe defuse. They shouldn't be able to get too much done with this. And Doto already knows what's up. Trying to hit the shot. Oh, not far off. And they do line up at the end. But bomb defuse round is going to go the way of ENCE for their 7th. But as you highlighted, there is some silver linings to that dark cloud.
Sure. I just feel like that could have been much better played. I guess he didn't know where the two players were exactly. He didn't even plant for himself. He didn't even leave any questions to be asked or answered right there with the bomb going down. So his priority's a little bit different, I suppose. And
it might have also fed into him that just where they took their fights, like they both took their fights in mid. Perhaps he's got underpass, he's got apps in his mind. I'm not sure. Yeah. 12th round of play. Early smokes exchanged. Nico came a knock into that ramp, thinking better of it.
Starting to get worried for G2 now, because it looks again like they want to go back towards B. I know it's still very early in the round, only 20 seconds have passed here, but when you're having 3 players coming through in the underpass now and, well, 2 of them selling what is a little bit of a fake on A, you got 2 options. You're either going to go back towards B after mid-presence, or you're going to continue this march up through the underpass with Jax entry fragging. You're going to have a fight in connector against multiple players, Diha and Doto both here, and Spinks even peering off a catwalk.
Perfectly timed, and they stand to take the fight. Jax delivers something, though. Diha caught just as before he fell. The spread confirming more presence, and Spinks strikes. May not expect another. Concerned about A, and understandably so. Next are on to Doto. And oh my god, Snappy! You can't be going for aggressive moves like that. He's got the bomb now, and G2 needs something. Hades needs to survive. 10 HP. Relentless spray. It's up to Nico. He's got to make some moves.
Where the bomb is, mate. You got to get that first, and they have to get past AWPs.
Not going to happen, dude. These double AWPs, they whipped them out on like the first gun round, and it's been an integral component of the boys from ENCE posting a very big CT haul here on first map of this series.
Amanek saving this, isn't he? Oh, I can't believe Snappy's move, right? He takes so much damage in that Molotov, but it's round winning. Yeah, Amanek can't win this.
Yeah, I mean, you said the bomb was spotted, right? So I guess that's just Snappy knowing he's got a round-winning maneuver in him.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, well, this one here starting to run away from the boys from G2. 8 for ENCE, and they're going to be more than happy with how this one's trending. Take a look at the loss bonus. It is maxed on out. In the final, in the last 8 rounds of play, ENCE have won 7. So it was the pistol round of the conversions is where G2 have done their best work on their map choice. But I think 5 is the bar that they might want to set for themselves here. It was this one kill. You're seeing the molly lick on over and hit Hunter, so they know that there's more coming. He's not even ready for the AWP, and this is the round-winning maneuver. A bit of a Tony Robinson walking over the hot coals is Snappy. And once again, we'll remind you of our fan cams, iem.gg/fancam. If you're watching at home and you want to join the party, don't be shy.
Run boost, reaction speed test for Hades, and over to you, Chad.
So if you've ever been to Cirque du Soleil, you'll know when they're trying those type of maneuvers, they have a safety net. They have a big old net below them right there, just in case they don't stick the landing. Nexa doesn't have a safety net. He's got nothing at all. He's dead. And right now, it's back towards the B bomb site. Now, we know that there's 2. In all Counter-Strike maps, we have 2. But no one's told G2, who you'd think with the number 2 in the name, they'd be aware of the multiple options. But here we go again. And this time it is Hades with the AWP in the market position and Snappy tucked on in with the silenced M4.
Yeah, these pro players, it may be their job, but they are gamers too. Snappy already deals with the third. Ooh, careful now. They know he's low. On the site. Oh, nearly a collateral.
Wasn't the kill they wanted, though.
But they found him, and now an advantage for G2. How long will this last? The bomb should go down uncontested. They've broken in.
Fragile economy for ENCE here. Look at the money that's left over.
Oh, yeah. A goose egg for Doto. He hasn't got a penny to his name. Oh, that was on him in my book. Nico, just shy. And that should be enough of a deterrent. G2 breaking into the B site and just at least proving to themselves that it can be successful.
Yeah, if that works, why not? I guess they've just answered my critique right here, so good stuff for them on those trades, but I really think that has to be on Amanek, right? That shot on through the smoke, they still knew that Snappy was hanging around, able to deal with him as well, and he's even looking for the hunt right now. Only 6 kills, but that's what impact looks like from Amanek. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. He's almost going to get them all.
Oof, they have just really hamstrung ENCE for the strong finish now. Yes, it's been magnificent. 8 of the last 10 rounds of play going their way. That was the floppy run boost out of Nexa. Great recovery, and you talked about Amanek. You can see that was the Nico frag that filled the feed at the same time. Finished what he started onto Snappy, but the third as well, just taking Doto out of it. They've gone all in, yep. So Spinks has saved AK and invested M4.
You may as well here, because if they lose this, then they were going to be staring down what was likely an 8-7 half anyway. The buy wouldn't have been great, considering it was minned on out as opposed to maxed on out. So this is the most potent it will be for ENCE in this round and the next.
What more could you ask from your squad when you are on a sketchy buy, is to take some liberties and to take some aggressive maneuvers. Doto already has full info ramp, and he'll likely be able to take some space on towards T-spawn when context found elsewhere.
I wonder if teams leave that vent unbroken against G2 more than others. But they're looking like they want to snap down on a B split here, and the tag not hitting. Snappy's under pressure. They are coming, but there's a stack on the site.
Where did their health just go? Diha did some damage. Spinks has finished some of the job.
This is slowing down towards the B site here. The bomb marooned over towards vent room, and that push from Doto
they're baiting in Hades
spawn
as well. It's all ratty. Doto's already coming in behind them. This is something.
They might need to pivot now and actually head back. If they get this kill, they very well might, and they should. This should be the pull the plug, get on out of there, head towards A.
Will they check Hades? Oh, Jax, that's the flight path. Up on the barrel, confirms and clears the bench properly. And there's a sixth. The full investment of ENCE has landed just short of the mark.
Yeah, this is now having to be the save again for Diha here. So the bomb going down soon, and what was looking like G2 were going to be stuck on maybe 4 or 5 rounds, is now looking likely to be 7 here. So great turnaround, and that's Counter-Strike. Anything can happen. Want to point out Nexa with 10 kills, Jax with 10. You've got 9 for Amanek and 8 apiece for Hunter and Nico. So relatively quiet in terms of, you know, a superstar stepping up just now for G2, but I'm sure we'll see more of that with the multi-frag madness on the CT side. But they're hunting, and they want this scalp. Diha, how long can you keep yourself above water here? The bomb over halfway ticked. Your position more than noted.
They're coming in from 3 different angles of assault. He really is doomed. Amanek confirms it. 3 again from Amanek, so finding serious impact for G2 in their actual conversions.
Now look at this final round of play here for ENCE. We're talking 1,900 smackaroonies right now to spend. And that doesn't go very far. It's got Doto and Spinks, Deagles and Kevlar, and that almost seems to be the prescription for the entire team. Deagles for 4 or 5, 7 for Hades. He's the only one bucking that trend. They've prioritized HEs here. Plenty of smokes and a couple of flashes, but what was looking great for ENCE is no longer.
International body language for that could have gone better. Hands on the head.
There's a lot of nades mid. That can all be calmed on out. Are G2 going to use the space from hearing those nades? It looks like they want to stick to the game plan, which is actually pretty risky against pistols. Out Palace with the waterfall. Just
takes a spicy headshot or 2 for things to spiral. Well, Doto has been overwhelmed. Nico not letting it go. It's Snappy that contributes, and yeah, should have the site now. CT's the next port of call, and Jax is already there to receive them, so good find. Can't manage the spray. 5-7 found. Need this from Nexa, and now all onto Hades. Doesn't even get to play the round, so 8-7. Great close of the gap. It looked like ENCE were running away with Mirage, but now we've got a competitive half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll see who's going to keep their head above water. Swapping sides, ENCE to the attack after the break.
I did not expect us to come back this strong after the break, but I did expect the team to be really good because we have a really strong organization behind us who supports us. And when you have that, I think if you're able to handpick the players you kind of want, in the end you can build a team who is also functioning really good. And I think the support we have there from ENCE and basically the core we started with was already really good. So I think the goal was after 2021 to have a team that would be a Tier 1 team in the sense that we are at the Tier 1 events.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we getting high tides. I'm getting my prize, only thing my eyes is locked in on. Have a milli mine. I want it right now, don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes. Cause the whole gang winning, I done gave my life. Odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moved in, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel. We like the thrill, this life's ideal. The hype is real.
We know it, it's just the way we live. We own it, cause stuck we love the thrill. We know it, it's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids.
Playoffs are back under action. It is our last of the quarterfinals and potentially our most competitive. ENCE up against G2. Nico giving an interview ahead of it, talking about how securing that major spot should release some of the pressure and help them play their gameplay with some more confidence and conviction. It's odd, but that is just how the human brain does work. An 8-7 half, Chad, and if people did miss it, how would you fill them in?
I think things started well for G2, but then ENCE with the double AWPs, they were able to really put a lot of pain down range, and G2 with attempts towards that B-bomb site time and time again were denied until they broke on through, and once that levy broke, that's now why we see a very competitive scoreline here. And as the freeze time ticks on down, let's see, can G2 pick up where they left off? It was 3 out the door into that break. Remember last time we casted Nico on Mirage on the CT side, he hit 4 absolute bangers.
Oh, that was a clean pistol. Like squeaky clean, Mr. Clean.
I don't know if we got Robson connected there. That was the one to kick things off. But Noisy through mid and straight towards A. Amanek challenged and they've got jungle control. We know how difficult this can get.
Baiting in Nico next, giving it everything she's got. Safe from the flash, but bomb down, so retake set up. We've got smoke on Nico. Oh no, yeah. My eyes aren't deceiving me. Boost box. Threatening. Biding their time, looking to strike as a unit. Amanek, the spearhead of this 4-man assault. Are you ready for this to go from 10 players to 2? It's a biff, it's a brawl, and everything going ENCE's way. There's only a single frag to celebrate for G2. Jax will change things briefly, but time too far gone. And it looks really simple when it plays out like that. ENCE were hoping for or rather anticipating pushes from every angle, but they handle that 4-man CT gather with relative ease.
Yeah, and really good stuff again. We've highlighted their names once. We'll do it again. Dihar and Spinks both up to 17 kills apiece. So fantastic performances from 2 of the stars on the rifles. All this ENCE roster here, but this is great from them. Now we have traded pistol rounds. Regularly, G2 do love a force buy, so we should be seeing that come on out, and it will be greeted with a scout in the hands of Amanek Deagles for the rest. And a timeout called this time by ENCE. So that's their second. You want to make sure you convert these, right? This isn't your map choice, it's G2's, and if you can push them to the distance, you can steal it away from them. You can see the maps in the top right. I think as we move into Nuke, things are going to be looking very good for ENCE, so it almost feels like we're destined for the third if each team wins their map choices. And then Dust 2, obviously with those updates, we did see how it played on out yesterday with Copenhagen Flames versus Vitality in the server. Looks like Flames had taken advantage more so of the changes than what Vitality did. Theirs was still very standard in approach, so I'm curious to see what more teams have to offer on this map. But this needs to be a tight round if you're G2. You can see this one, you're going to be looking back at just a couple of USPs again, and you guys all know how that goes. So standard mid util, Windows smoke, top cat smoke, you're going to get the molly towards connector. All 3 of those integral when you want mid control on Mirage, and now with a couple of flashes as well, the deep connector smoke greeted by one of his own. Nico's done that to dissuade them from pushing on through. And, well, B, it was all the hype on that first half. Looks like it's going to be again into Hunter. Doto gets that, but it's about to accelerate.
Yeah, Jax is in a lot of trouble. Nades, smoke of his own design ahead of it for the frag. Does take Doto with him. It's more on the site. Nico's legs sticking out, and that's enough for Spinks to build upon it. ENCE looking clean on the conversions. It is a question of Snappy. Doesn't get both of them, but confirms where Nexa is, and so the hunt is on. His scout not long to be maintained, and nice conversion. A tag into Hades, takes down Diha as well for good measure, but Spinks ready and waiting. Nexa, the Indomitable, fighting tooth and nail to hold on to what he has, but he's down, he's out. Nice shot in the chat from Diha. He appreciates Nexa's Deagle work.
It is good to see Nexa hitting some shots, right? We had question marks about him earlier on. He wasn't really necessarily pulling his weight. We know he has to do the in-game leadership role, but he was on the tip of our tongues as one of the fragging in-game leaders a couple of years ago. Things haven't been going great for G2, at least out of the break. But it's good to see him having at least a couple of nice shots here today. Again, we're back into a couple of MAC-10s. USPs 3, Deagle 1, P251, and that's a big Bowie knife there from Jax. Shouldn't be much to say in this one, especially considering they've gamble stacked the wrong bomb site, and that couldn't be more evident by the radar. Have a little bit of a look at the top left-hand side of your screen. All 5 blue dots over towards that B, and well, hence they're heading the other direction right now. Doto, he'll be the first point of contact if they do decide to push on through mid, and you can see him just throwing utility towards B to try and sell a little bit of a fake as his teammates work in towards A. But now I think the jig is up. They're well aware that it is not going to be success for G2 right now, and Snappy has actually pushed on up to close the door here, so he wants to farm with this MAC-10.
Yeah, he's going to really be let off the leash for this. Just farming for that macroeconomics. The big picture here.
Do it, Snappy. You want to. You know you want to.
Well, 600.
We're going to do our 6 times tables today, guys.
I really struggle with the times tables, bro.
I had mine on the back of the toilet door as a kid, so you kind of got forced into it. Diha going to try his luck. And back turned, he goes down. They do scavenge across a MAC-10, but that's nothing that you want to really be using in the next round of play. G2 are going to be purchasing on here anyway. So they're getting the AWP out immediately for Amanek. The rifle's in for the rest of them. And if you want to keep track, if at home you may be interested in what your favorite player uses in terms of M4, Nexa actually has himself the M4A4. The rest of them all have the silenced M4. So just in case you're wondering, maybe you got a query. And this is where we see the quick stuff out of ENCE. It's fast on middle right now. They're not slowing down. This is looking very quick from Hades. He's up quick smart. This is so much pressure already. I cannot believe how quick they have mid control. They can actually just stay in these positions. There's nobody looking to deal with mid whatsoever. It's a 3-man passive A stance out of G2, and same over towards B. They're just trying to lock down that extremity. ENCE quite literally have the map to work with, right? You can take this full mid control, you can get up in window, you can go jungle, connector, vent room, short. They have so much space right now, and I think Nico's realized they need something. They need some information. Nexa pushes a ramp. Nico pushes the apartment's position, and sector called clear. But right now it's misinformation because ENCE haven't made up their mind.
Yeah, Amanek took a glance, but obviously with the smoke up connector, they are going to be unable to find him much information initially. Window, of course, has been open for business. There's potentially a lurky boy established there. Here they come. Into the site and into the crosshairs of Hunter. Bomb spotted. The rotate's on its way, and Spinks is such a sharp gamer. He's found his 20th frag for the boys of ENCE.
Needs another kill here, Amanek. One is not enough. The rotation's covered by Diha.
Oh, and Nico's so loud about this. He's going to be tracked and fragged. Nice catch. That was the bomb carrier. They were trying to pivot. Aware? Oh, not aware enough. Does take one with him. Diha Up against Nexa in the
Nexa
clutch.
can't
Now, the bomb was short side, so he has to plant B.
Oh, so Nexus is in a perfect position to deal with this now.
Yeah, it's just the denial. I mean, unless D has brave enough to fake, he hasn't got time. No
Nexus
time.
needs to
Next
live.
needs to live.
Oh.
You nicely.
Okay, don't die, Nexa. Hold on to that rifle if you can. Here we go. First round now for G2 as they look to start mounting a bit of a CT side comeback to draw things up level. Scoreline 11-8 in favor of ENCE here. And I would say it's been anything but easy. This has been the tussle.
I mean, Nico did a lot for them there.
The second kill was huge.
Yeah.
The second kill was sublime right there because Diha, you knew exactly where he was, right? And Nico still put himself in potential danger right there. So a big second frag, a necessary second frag. And the buy for G2, you can see just how bad it looks with 4 players going on down. But an info crawl again.
Much earlier this time. And no pop flash. Spinks again contributes in a large capacity for ENCE. One of the 2 M4s they had equipped now lies on the wrong side of that smoke for retrieval.
Oh
ENCE
dear.
really are looking in hot pursuit to take this Mirage.
I'll wait till I have an eco next time to start unfolding the master plan here that could all go wrong. G2 still have a chance in this one.
They certainly do.
Jax is pushing.
Yeah,
Jax is really
Jax
pushing.
could really cause a lot of chaos. Clear left, though. He's just going to get shot right in the eardrum. And all these CT aggressive maneuvers have just been met by hot lead.
Yeah, it's just the MP9s here. So you don't want to really save these, but you might be left with no choice. Harold. Bomb.
Hey,
Oh, get your hands on it.
not enough. Hades just crab walks in. Snips their hopes and dreams to convert here in the 20th.
ENCE didn't really have to do anything. The kills came to them. The kills just came to them. Nico offering himself up to Spinks as easy as you like. Jack's doing the same top mid. They're desperate for information. They're desperate to claw a kill back. And now that's 12. It was looking like G2 at least had a say in trying to make this half competitive now. But again, ENCE, early stages of these maps looking good. A really decent lead. If they can continue to push this, right, G2 only going to get 2,400 loss into the next round. All they need to do is convert the next for 13 before the guns come out again. Then they need 3 more rounds of play. Just keep it cool, keep it calm, keep it collected. This is great from ENCE. Now, you remember the conditions that we had in place for FaZe to make it through. One of ENCE, Fiend, Copenhagen Flames, and who am I forgetting? And the Movistar Riders. Thank you very much. One of those teams had to finish in 8th position. If all 4 of those teams lost their quarterfinal games, that means one of them was guaranteed to finish in 8th. But we've been talking about G2 making a mess of the bed, to put it politely, in certain tournaments. So imagine this for a second, if you will, everybody. Imagine if G2 lose here to ENCE, then they go into that bracket for the decider from the 5th to 8th position. They lose their opening game in that, and then they're in the last game, and they end up losing there as well.
Oh, double smoke. Nice catch from the ops team. So Snappy throws out 2, 1 for the connector and 1 for the jungle. Nico trying to be the hero, but he's been spotted. How is he supposed to deal with that? D-Hut cuts him down to size. And this light buy not going anywhere. But Chad, you're onto something there, and so is Nexa. What are those headshots too? Provided Doto with the damage control, and yeah, long range not happening on that MP9. Quick reposition, maybe he can catch them off guard, and Diaz having none of it. Short-lived hope for G2, but I see the picture you're painting, Chad, and Carrigan's going to become G2's best friend. No, other way around. If they can just turn it around.
Worst enemy.
Worst enemy.
Worst enemy.
Oh, I'm getting a bit.
Yeah, it is a bit.
I'm a bit.
Today's been a long one.
I just feel flashbanged IRL.
Flashbanged IRL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm doing the flashbang dance, but it's not like a happy dance.
No, it's not like when Jordan does it. You know he's having a great time. Look, we need something right now, and we need something out of Hunter and Nico. They're the 2 lowest on the scoreboard for G2, but they're the 2 superstars of the team. So if they can get activated and start finding some multi-kills, G2 could get back into this game. But ENCE now, they throw out some smokes. They set their sights towards A. Doto throwing up more from mid, and it will be the A finish right here. There's 3 of them ready. 2 on the stairs, caught in no man's land. Next is dead.
Oh, and Nico caught out as well. Some serious damage inflicted. Look at the health of Snappy and Spinks. He's aware there could be the late prong mid. Bomb to be planted. He's so low though, so vulnerable to a nade or two. Amanek doesn't count on Doto, and he's gone too. The nade on the nose. That's something for Hunter to work with. Chad.
Yeah, but it's a save.
It is the 4-letter word.
Yeah, you'd love a kit, you'd love another kill, you'd love something from G2 here, but this has gotten away from them. It's not it's getting away from them, it's the tennis ball rolling down the street. And Doto, oh, he's going to be the car that's about to run over it and ruin everybody's fun. He's cut them off, they have to start the market, and they don't. Jax with an important kill. That alleviates a lot of pressure. Hades and Snappy not looking for the hunt. It was just a one-man task with taking away these rifles, and that loss bonus 3,400 means with the saved guns, at least we will have another competitive round out of G2 here, but it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. They almost blocked each other on the top stairs there, so just looking for some info, and it was all at the wrong timing, so ENCE are really doing it, and I can't believe it. They are really owning G2 right now. This is a 14-8 scoreline.
To put it bluntly.
Now, another timeout taken here, and that is going to be the 3rd right now from G2. They used 2 early within the half, that first half round, and now they have 1 more. Now, the guns are on the floor. Weapons have been dropped. Amanek into a scout. It's going to be rifles for everybody here. At least they've got this in their hands, but where are they going to change it up? Are we going to see them go for more aggressive maneuvers on this CT side? Are they going to opt to play things maybe a little bit different here? Because ENCE are dictating the pace. We only have 1 round for G2 to boast on this CT side. The other 6 have all gone to ENCE, and lining up some nades again. Top mid, smoked off, nade through. It is a little bit shallow. They know that there's a scout right now, and also that was met with 2 M4s as well. So at least 3 players with bigger guns in their hands. And with the max loss bonus, you can probably piece this one together. ENCE has a pack. They're rolling out 4. Take top mid, and Spinks is going to deal with the extremity as they just push on up as a pack here. G2 aren't fighting. They're playing so passive. They almost look scared.
The old cliche of playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. Very hard shot for him to hit there, and a smoke for good measure, so they get across safely. They're coming into Hunter and Jax's domain. Already feeling the pain. Defensive util dropped. ENCE got so much time to work with here, and already losing a man. Jax, however, traded, and it's all on to Jax now. He's lost his teammate. Hunter's gone. Diha likely to spray this. He knows where you are. You can't have gone far, and there it is, a dink exchange, but Diha's gun is better. Options so limited now. Nex is concerned about a flank. The bomb spotted. Was on the back of Diha. Oh, and he peeks on the flash. The team utility is brilliant. That's the reaction out of Nexa, and if they could just survive, they can play into the site together. Amanek's going around the world. It's the right call. But that is exactly what Hades was waiting for. Nexa gone. Amanek now going to be a little bit predictable. Does distance himself from the drop-off so as to avoid the info. Hades is still looking the wrong way. That decision could have ramifications. He's sneaking in. Oh, Amanek, can you give G2 a lifeline? The first shot hits. Up against Snappy. Okay, careful now. Upgrades to the AWP. He does have to speed this up, and Snappy can just dance with him. Hiding in plain sight. Amanek's just shy of the mark. And that one opportunity for recovery. Just shy. It will be 15. This could be that 16-8 finish on G2's pick, no less. And for legend status, ENCE looking to book a ticket to the major by taking their opponent's map pick.
This is really good stuff right now from ENCE. They're playing a good game of Counter-Strike here, and imagine that mustache on the face of Diha there coming through the smoke. It might haunt Jax tonight as he tries to close his eyes. But just to give you a little bit of a look in of the last 3 months and Nuke for this G2 roster before we get there. Their last game was against Copenhagen Flames here within the group stage. They lost it, and they're desperate, they're aggressive, they're pushing. Spinks dancing between the poles, gets 1.5. And Dodo mops it up.
Got to add Spinks to the land buff.
He's been looking good, hasn't he?
I think he's really loving the environment he's playing within.
This is rough now. Like, I wouldn't want to be playing a Snappy on Nuke.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm actually, like, it's panic stations now. Like, Nuke was, if anything, like a 60-40 to ENCE in my book, and you're looking at this, Mirage now, G2 haven't even necessarily come, all guns are blazing.
No, when they're two superstars, both only have 12 kills, right? And top of the scoreboard is Nexter and Jax.
It's that same AX from the Snappy double smoke we saw before. Might be someone else to dispatch it now. Snappy with the bomb. No, he is going to be setting himself up for it. So, jungle smoked. Connector smoked. Nexter and Hunter, however, will still have full vision. Maybe not with that flash. That's got Nexter's name all over it. Still has vision now. Information gathered. Doesn't quite get the smoke out, and this is his chance to strike. Nexter delivers only one. May seem a little short of what was desired, trying to deny that plant, and his shots really aren't far off. Jax has got the right idea, doesn't quite get it across the line. ENCE 2 clicks of the mouse away. Taking G2's map pick away and being just within reaching distance, touching distance of that Stockholm major. Hades doesn't hesitate to find another. And down they go. What a domination from ENCE. They're close, and even closer now with Mirage under their belt to book in a ticket to that major.